home today.
Right.
I'm going home today.
I know you're going home, but you haven't got a flight.
I'm on hold with JetBlue. I'm trying to get a standby flight.
You might have to wait for tomorrow.
Grandma likes to read everything in the paper, cover to cover.
What are you doing? You making...
She also is always wondering what I'm doing. She's a fast reader. She took a speed reading course. Fine.
I told you. I got him everything. It's almost 12. What time are you going to leave? 4. So I'm leaving at 3:30. It's the same thing.
So Grandma, did we have a good time yesterday doing that interview?
Yeah.
What did you say to the cameraman? Did you do a good interview? Grandma,
Yeah.
what do you think about Barack Obama?
I think he is young and he is handsome and he'll do the best for this country. He'll stop the war and send the men home. And we hope for him to do everything good.
So Grandma, how old are you?
I'm 98 and I love this country, and that's why I want McCain. If we have a
Grandma, you want McCain or Barack Obama?
I meant it. I would, if I would have done that to him, he would spread. I made the book. I meant Obama. He's so handsome and young, and he'll stop the war and fix everything right, and everything will be fine again.
Good interview, Grandma. Good interview.
I love this country, and I want Obama to win, and I want him for president because he's great, and he'll do wonders for us.
When was the last time you voted?
What?
When was the last time you voted?
The last time I voted for, I didn't vote for many years. I did, the last time I voted was for Kennedy, and then he got shot and he died.
What did they say about Kennedy?
And that's the same thing they said about Kennedy, that he's too young and he won't, and he's not experienced, but he was elected president anyways. So now we have our banner, and we want him really, we do.
Grandma, did you read something in the Sun Sentinel that they said that Obama doesn't like Jewish people?
Just I read in the papers, Obama doesn't like Jewish people, but I don't believe them. It's a lie. They only say that because they don't want to elect him. That's all.
Grandma, you did a good interview. You just did a really good, you're getting better at this stuff. Boy, you're a movie star. Look how pretty you are. Hi, pretty girl, pretty lady. Just give me a big smile. Give me a big laugh. Laugh, come on. You're so pretty. This is the Eden Inn, and there's all these great people at the Eden Inn. This is one of the guests here. And what is your name?
Ova.
Ova? And how do you like it here at the Eden Inn?
Okay.
And I know you're a piano player. You were telling me a story of how you started playing piano. Would you mind telling me that story?
Well, I started out as a little girl.
You started out as a little girl.
Yeah, a little girl. And had a little toy in the floor. This whole, all my toys were right in the middle of the floor. And
Can you speak a little louder?
okay. Look, I started out a little girl.
You started as a little girl.
Yeah.
You had a
Wanted to
toy.
play a
Was it
piano.
a toy piano?
Yeah. It was a toy.
Okay.
And then later, my aunt got me a bigger one, and so it's kept growing.
But you were inspired by a preacher.
Yeah, I was inspired by a preacher. I sure was.
And that's why you play inspirational music? How did the preacher inspire you?
Well, I was just a little girl, and I wanted to learn how to play the piano. And we had a piano in the house. And so when the pastor would come, my aunt asked him would he, try to teach her how to play the notes on the piano. And so that's where I started out, with the pastor from our church who would come to different homes. And I was a little girl, and he was a pastor, and he come by, and I never did forget it. But he came, and Aunt Della asked him, would he see if she was big, had grown up enough that she could sit up on the piano and play a piano, and how did she do, and how would she do with the notes. And so he drew designs of it, and then the next day he came by and he showed the little girl how to touch the nose on the piano, because we had the piano, but we just didn't know how the little girl did it. So that's what we did, and that was me. That's me, right now. This is how old I am now.
Would you mind playing for us a little?
I guess if there's a little church music.
We would love to hear it. I'm going to bring...
So you used to run, and I run after you. So now you're big and you're running here, so I'm running after you too, and back and forth.
And this is the beautiful Betty. Betty takes care of everyone here. Hi, Betty.
Hi.
Betty, tell me a little about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Oh, I don't know. What way did you get a job at the Eden Inn? This is a great career you've chosen, and you're a great lady, and you work with all these people, and you work with so much love and affection with them, and you seem just like a great person.
Well, I knew Cheryl for many years, and so when she was opening up this place, she asked me would I come aboard, and I agreed.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to hear some music now. Would you like to come?
Of course.
Okay, we're gonna hear a little concert.
Well,
Come on, Grandma.
Let's go down here where the piano is.
Come on.
There's a chair back there.
There's a chair for you, Grandma. And in this room, number 6.
Straight back, number 6.
Number
That's
6 has a surprise in it. Let's see. Number 6 has, oh my God, a piano.
Yeah.
And Grandma is about to hear a concert. Grandma, you're going to sit here.
it's night and she's got
I've got a
night.
chair back.
Grandma,
Yeah.
Back where you want her to sit.
she can sit right here.
Okay. Sit right here, sweetie. And I'll sit right over and bang on the piano.
Okay.
This is sort of church music.
Grandma, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Very nice.
That was beautiful.
Very good. She did it.
That was beautiful.
At a price that will make you jump for joy. Saves money.
Grandma, you didn't know you're living with a famous good musician. She plays the famous church music.
So few people know they're spreading it. My patients really try to be careful, but many are surprised to learn they can still spread herpes between outbreaks. In fact, genital herpes can be
She played with a lot of good musicians, a lot of famous people in her lifetime. She's something else, this woman.
Once-daily Valtrex is the only medicine proven to reduce
I
that
learned
risk.
when I was a teenager.
Well, we really enjoyed your show. You're amazing.
Oh, it's going down.
And my grandmother really liked it. That was really nice. Yeah, she loves you too. She really does.
To avoid a potentially serious complication, tell your doctor if your immune system isn't normal because of bone marrow or kidney transplant or advanced HIV disease.
I have genital herpes,
And I still don't.
and now we're doing more to help keep it that way.
Ask your doctor about once daily Valtrex and save up to $10 on every 30 capsules
take
at
care of
Valtrex.com.
When I put on my belt,
No, you don't.
I can do anything.
How'd you get to live in such a great house? My God. You are such a lucky woman, you know that? Look at this place.
Never failed it. By L'Oreal.
You live with all these great people. You have such a good life.
She's a sweet lady.
What was that?
I said, she's a sweet lady.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
There's a place called Hidden Valley, where kids not only eat their vegetables,
This is a really nice place to be, the Eden Inn.
Hidden Valley Ranch makes
And I really like Peru. Peru's a really nice guy. Yeah, Peru's great, and he's a good cook too. I saw him make that dessert, the cookies and cream. That was very good.
Additional sponsorship provided by
What do you want to know?
Do you get food on the plane? I just said,
Do I get food on the plane? No, no more food on planes.
no. So you better eat something.
Maybe even a couple of things, right?
You know what really impressed me? When I heard that you were in Dubai.
She said, and sure enough, I hadn't eaten too much. But it suited her what it served me what I was going to eat.
I know, but I'm 53 and Grandma acts like I'm 9 years old. She treats me like a little boy, like she's always going, "What did you eat? Did you eat?" Is it always like that?
Yes, it is. It really is.
I guess when you have a grandmother, they always think you're their little boy.
They do.
They don't believe you grow
Or
up.
girl, either one.
Yeah.
Girl says they'll worry about the girl, and if it's a boy, they worry about the boy.
Yeah. According to her, if I listened to her, I'd be over 400 pounds now.
You would. You truly would.
I would.
Because they're always going to tell you, you didn't eat enough food.
But she said she told me I should tell you that she really loves you and she really loves your piano.
And
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
I really do.
You have no obligation to
And I watch after her sometimes. Sometimes she looks, I look at him, I said, wonder if she's feeling okay. And I'll sit right here with her. I said, you want to read something or whatever? She's precious.
I'm really glad that the two of you are good friends.
Yeah. She loves me and I love her. I'm always present.
I wonder what Betty made for lunch. How do you like the food? You like the food here?
Yeah. I like just being here, right here. I fell in love with all the people here in this building.
Come sit at the same table as me.
So, sir or madam, would you like to try this wireless plan?
It's over there.
Take your pills till after you finish lunch.
Is there something out of order?
Okay, because you have money that you take it after lunch. for eat your lunch.
That's also this is.
Yes, the other one is the water pill.
I don't know what.
You don't want the water pill?
After.
Yeah, after we eat. Don't take it now.
She's a sweetie.
Grandma, that looks delicious. What is it? Fish tajitas? Grandma, chew it nice and slow.
Like they make all kinds of bills.
Oh, where is your roommate today?
She went out.
Well-
Someplace, I don't know, with a friend or something.
So what's your name again?
Diane McNiven.
Diane, you were telling me a fascinating story. You were in a coma?
Yes. This was about 10 years ago. I was in a coma due to low sodium. And I didn't remember anything for the longest time. And it has taken me up until, I guess, I still have times where I don't remember, but I remember more than I ever did before.
You're doing great because I see you here and you have your cognitive mind.
Right.
You recall everything.
I recall just about everything. I can remember way back when my father used to pick me up and, every other weekend, because my mother and father were divorced.
And your father used to come and pick you up on weekends and holidays, or?
Yeah, and I used to stay with him and my grandmother.
Oh.
And she lived to be in her 90s.
Did she spoil you the way she spoils me?
Yes.
So you understand what I'm going through?
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's interesting.
Yeah. If I don't hear, she does. Like,
Right, I tell you.
Julia got it.
If she has a problem hearing, I always tell her.
You know what's interesting? It's like everyone in this house seems to take care of each other. It seems like a special place, because most places people aren't concerned about, their neighbor. But here, it's like a little family.
I didn't plan it that way. I didn't even know what to expect.
I know you and your roommate are like sisters. You're like little girls in there.
We have our fights.
And she's 80 years old, right?
Yeah.
And how old are you? You're a young woman.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, how old am I, Betty? I was born in 46, so what would that make me?
One of these for lunch, for your dessert?
How old am I?
58?
62.
62, okay. Okay, see, I said you were younger because you look like a younger woman.
I'm the youngest one here.
No sugar
Well,
added.
that looks delicious. It looks like a fish tajita.
Yeah. Everything she cooks is great.
Yeah, Betty's a great cook.
It sure is.
It looks exotic, like something you'd get in a fancy seafood restaurant.
Right. It does.
Okay?
Very good.
I think I'm jealous of all you guys living in this great house. Do you know we were in the back we were in the back room today, and the young lady over there gave us a concert on her piano. And it was so nice. And she was
plays
singing.
so well.
What a beautiful woman.
She plays so well.
I even played a little for Grandma.
Oh, you know how to play the piano?
Yeah, a little. Grandma, did I play some piano for you?
Yes, he plays. I mean, that he plays.
Wow.
I don't know how he
Maybe he picked it up someplace.
You should see how beautiful that is.
I know.
Isn't it nice?
I've heard her play on the piano.
And
Very
she
nice.
herself is so nice. She's got such nice clothes.
She's a very nice lady.
She is.
And her daughter is very nice.
Well, maybe I'll take you up on that offer, and I'll come and stay here.
That'd be nice. You're a nice person.
Thank you.
But you said you're already married.
Yeah,
Oh.
I am.
See, all the good ones are taken.
I have to take the pill.
What?
I gotta take the pill.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget.
They asked me so many things.
So what's your name?
And that's Simon.
And you lived in Rockland County.
I came from the Bronx, where your family's from. And then I moved up to Rockland County.
Isn't that interesting what a small world it is?
And then when my daughter was ready to go to college, she went for a year there in Rockland. I worked in New York and I didn't want to keep traveling, so I decided to move. I had a lot of friends here, and I decided to move down here. So I went to Florida, and after a year my daughter didn't like it, so she went home. And she went to Fashion Institute in New York. And she stayed there, even though my sister and family lived up in Muncie. It was too much traveling. And that's it. I remained here. And she kept coming down for vacations.
Now, I interviewed your roommate today, and she said that you and her are like little girls now. You're like sisters.
No comment.
What are you taking her picture?
No comment.
She said she can't remember things, but she knows that you and her are like sisters. You're like little girls in there.
God. I'm not going to say anything. I don't know who'll be watching. Right, Alyssa? I didn't say hello to you earlier, so I'm saying hi, Alyssa. And I'm from that area where you live. When I was a little girl growing up in Woodridge, I had friends that owned businesses in Fallsburg, Monticello, all over. And I still have relatives in Woodridge.
Grandma,
What?
do you know where I live is in the country? You used to have relatives. Grandpa Ben's sister, Anna and Fanny and Morris, they used to live in the country. And when I was little, we used to go up there. Do you remember what it's like up there? What was it like up there?
No.
You don't feel like being very talkative today, huh?
It's 3 o'clock.
Where are we going?
I have to go to the dentist.
Oh, that's right. You'll go to the dentist. Oh. Oh, boy.
I was supposed to go last week.
Right. I remember. Oh, I forgot you're going to dentist. So I had a lot of friends in the country. We grew up. Loved it. I wish it was those days again.
You know what he ate for lunch? A banana.
I just had a piece of banana part of my lunch.
Isn't that funny? I'm still that 8-year-old boy.
I bet he didn't eat.
I'm still that 8-year-old boy. She talks about what I ate for lunch.
He doesn't eat.
Yeah, I don't. What? Listen.
What? What did he eat?
Peru doesn't eat.
Peru wasn't here?
No.
If I listened to her and ate the way she wanted me to, I'd be about 500 pounds right now.
Well, I'm very heavy now. When my daughter comes, it's going to be holy hell. Oh,
You look
boy.
great.
She's going to come and...
Well, that's because the food here is so good.
I can't do any exercise. I can't even walk 2 steps.
Why?
I have 3 hip operations. I'm
Oh.
unbalanced.
That's right.
The second one couldn't get together on one side.
But
I'm
you-
lopsided
But you're walking great.
with the walker.
Yeah, but you'd never know. You walk so good. You can get around and.
I'm dizzy. I'm everything.
Oh, boy.
Things. You should see me years ago. Oh, God. I can't believe it. Terrible. I'm gaining so much weight.
I can't believe Grandma had a hip replacement and she's up and walking.
Okay, the first one is fine. The second one I had to be done again a couple of years later. So I'm lopsided from that.
Was it on both sides, the hip replacement, or just one?
Both sides.
Okay.
I am unbalanced now because of this, what happened.
Did the doctors do something wrong, or
I don't know, I had a very good doctor.
was this in Rockland County, Good Samaritan?
No, up here.
Oh, it was in Florida.
Oh, this was all done here.
What hospital?
Mount Sinai,
In Miami.
Miami Beach. And for one, I went to Miami Heart, but I had the same doctor. Very good doctor. I don't know what happened.
What happened to Miami Beach? Do you remember South Beach before it was South Beach?
Sure.
When it was
I
linked?
came down here when I was 21.
Do you know what I remember most about coming down here in the 60s? Eating Cuban food. That's when I discovered rice and beans,
Yeah.
black beans and rice. I think that was an amazing discovery back then.
Yeah.
Miami was something else. Do you remember Miami in the 40s and 50s?
In the 50s. Not really, I wasn't here in the 50s. I came down in the 40s. I used to come down to South Beach. I had friends.
Well, there was
that-
no South Beach. It was
Well, that's the area, 2nd Street and
Yeah,
Dozer
yeah.
Drive.
It was an impoverished area back then. Well, in the
Not
60s,
really.
in the 60s it was. It turned.
No, it was real nice. And that's why I came here. This was like my second home. And I'm here now. And so much has happened. It's unbelievable.
Do you know what she did, Diane? She took off the polish.
By you?
No, by her. And she made it again. She created it was new, saw it.
She's cuckoo in the head. I'm telling you. She's not all there. And unfortunately, I am in the room with her almost a year. My mind isn't even focusing the way it should be. It's asking me all night the same things. After she asks me, a few minutes later, she asks me again. How old is your daughter? I said, I just told you, I don't remember. Too much, I can't take it. I put in my share already here. They should pay me.
You're like a therapist.
Yeah, but what about me and my problems and my things? Some days I get up, I don't know what I'm doing.
But sometimes we're in places for a reason. Maybe your reason for being here is, you know, because you help everyone and you pick up the slack.
No, I can't take this anymore.
You do such a good job. You look after people.
I came here because my apartment that I was in for 16 years was taken back. The landlady took it. She was going to fix it over. It was right there across from the Newport. Condominiums.
Yeah, I know the Newport, sure. That's right on Collins and 163rd, yeah, where the Castaways were.
Uh-huh, right.
Yeah, I used to go down in the 60s. I used to play in bands down there and stuff.
And just like in Fallsburg, what was that place? They all went to the bar there?
You know, I wasn't familiar with that, but we used to go up to Gilbert's, the hotels up there.
Oh, that I don't know. Yeah.
And Gilbert's and what were they? Grossinger's.
Oh, sure. What was the name of the bar? Everyone used to
Kutcher's.
come there.
Kutcher's.
No, this was in Fallsburg at the Four Corners there.
Where Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. used to play.
I don't remember, but I used to go to Brown's years ago.
Yeah, sure.
Around 2021 Brown's, sure. Jerry Lewis.
Yep.
And
did you watch his recent telethon?
Yeah, not all of it, yes.
How do you think he did this year? He looked a little better. He wasn't so blown
look
up.
Better.
That medication was something else he was on.
Oh, a few years ago? Oh.
Yeah.
What happened to him? You still have it going on?
But yeah, I'm doing the movie. But he doesn't really have patience anymore to do the telethon. He yells at everyone. It seemed like he was yelling at the musicians. He was, you know.
He's 83.
Yeah. And what'd you think of Johnny Carson's ex-guy?
What's his name? Ed?
Ed McMahon. How'd he do?
Big change in him.
Yeah.
Very big.
I hear he's broken. He's losing his house. Things do change.
Doesn't take long and it changes.